move to the well and file my resolution for Palestine's right to exist, affirming the state of Palestine's right to exist. I've read it to you. Some of you may be tuning in late, so I'll read it to you again. This is the resolution. I voted for Israel's right to exist on Tuesday of this week. I think we ought to vote similarly for Palestine to have a right to exist as well. It reads, affirming the state of Palestine's right to exist. Whereas this resolution may be cited as the original resolution affirming the state of Palestine's right to exist, whereas Palestinian people are inhabitants of the land of Palestine, whereas in 1947 the United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 181, which called for the partition of Palestine into Arab and Jewish states, whereas on May 14, 1948, President Harry Truman issued a statement recognizing Israel as an independent state. I support Israel as an independent state. That's not here. I support Israel as an independent state. This is a sidebar comment. I have supported it. I will continue to support it. I've supported Israel by voting for more than $50 billion in funds. But I did it because I thought we were moving toward a two-state solution. I did it because I thought a two-state solution was the will and the desire of the House of Representatives. Well, I've reached a point now where I have to know. That was what I thought. Passage of this resolution will give me the certainty I need. The absence of the passage of the resolution will cause me to have a great deal of consternation about how I'm going to approach votes in the future. To continue, whereas on November 28, 2023, the House of Representatives agreed to House Resolution 888, reaffirming the state of Israel's right to exist. I voted for it. I'd vote for it again and again and again if given the opportunity. By a vote of 412 yeas, 1 nay, and 1 present. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives, 1, affirms Palestine's right to exist and at a future time to become a state. I accentuated at a future time because I'm making it clear to those who would make the argument that this is about saying that Palestine should become a state today. That's not what I'm saying. At a future time. I don't know when in the future, but I do believe that we ought to have that as our goal, since we say that we want a two-state solution. Number 2, recognizes the two-state solution as the only solution that will secure a lasting peace in the region. I believe this. There are some people who want a one-state solution. They mouth two-state, but in their hearts, they want one state. I'm not one of them. What I say is what I mean. Those of you who say you want a two-state solution and you really want a one-state solution, well, you shouldn't. This is not for you. This is for people who want a two-state solution. And number 3, rejects calls for Palestine's destruction. Now there will be people who will say, nobody's calling for Palestine's destruction. Well, you're wrong. I was on C-SPAN just this week, and there was a caller who called in and who literally, by virtue of the way he presented his argument, wanted to see the destruction of Palestine. The destruction of Palestine. I'm not for that. I'm not for that. I'm not for what's happening with the destruction of Palestine currently. For us to conclude that it's okay to destroy Palestine is an absurdity. How could we possibly approve of the destruction that we see and the lives that are being taken? How could we approve of that? I don't approve of it. If others can approve of it, killing of babies, I don't approve of it. Yes, you have a right to defend yourself, but you have to do it in a just fashion. To perform, if you will, an unjust act in the name of justice is still an injustice. You cannot clean it up by saying it's a just act. Your actions themselves speak for you. Killing babies is not a just act, especially when you've declared war on Hamas and you end up killing Palestinian babies. It was wrong to kill Israeli babies. What Hamas did was dastardly. And the way they did it is impossible to even imagine a human being doing it. But you can't complain about killing the Israeli babies and then decide, well, it's okay. The Palestinian babies are just collateral damage. Just happen to be in the wrong place. What is wrong with us? I will not support the killing of these Palestinian babies. I will not support the destruction of Gaza. And I pray that this country will come to its senses. How long can this go on? My dear friends, I'm always honored to have this opportunity. I don't know how much longer I'll have it. There are a lot of people who don't like what I say, who have the power to change rules. As you've seen today, they can change the rules. So I never know when I'll be giving my last speech from this podium. But until I have as long as I have the opportunity to give a speech, I'm going to speak truth to power. But more than that, I'm going to speak truth about power. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back.